Welcome to ThaiPBS Eng.News service. I'm Ayutthaya. Today we begin the news with the water management plan. The government has prepared the areas to be used as floodways and is further negotiating to speed up implementation of the water management plan, while the Democrat Party's leader said that the establishment of the NWFPC is redundant. The cabinet yesterday approved the establishment of the National Water and Flood Policy Committee, or NWFPC, which is the single anti-flood authority and is considered as the most important agency in tackling future flooding. The Prime Minister Yingluck Shinawatra is the chairman of NWFPC. Meanwhile, Abhisit Vejchajiwa, Democrat Party's leader, said that the establishment of the NWFPC is redundant, especially due to its similar responsibilities to those of the Flood Relief Operations Center, or FROC. He further pointed out that the government has not cancelled or made change in the already established agencies. This might not be the quickest way and does not reflect the unity of water management plan. Meanwhile, Niwatamrong Bunsong Paisan, Prime Minister's Office Minister, said that the government is to prepare approximately 2 to 3 million Lai to be floodways that will cost about 10 billion baht. This will be part of the 350 billion baht budget from the emergency decrees that is in the process of being considered by the Constitution Court as to its legality. As for now, the involved agencies are considering which areas are to be used as floodways. Then the negotiation with affected people will follow in order to hasten water management as planned. Following the Cabinet's approval of the setting up of the National Water and Flood Policy Committee, or NWFPC, the Prime Minister as its chairperson ordered the Minister of Agriculture and the Governor of Ayutthaya Province to investigate flood threats in Sena district of Ayutthaya Province, as the Noi River has started breaching its banks, spilling into residents in Sena district of Ayutthaya Province. The Prime Minister said that it is not normal way to drain the water. It is the normal way to drain the water from Sirikit or Pumipon Dam. The Prime Minister, as chairperson of the NWFPC, has ordered the Minister of Agriculture and the Governor of Ayutthaya Province to investigate flood threats in the Sena district and make sure that water release will not affect people in the area. Meanwhile, Nikon Jamnong, advisor to Minister of Agriculture, said that the affected area is limited and it happened only in the lower basin. The officials have now been sent to Sena district to monitor the situation closely. The next water release will be from Pumipon Dam at the highest rate of 66 million cubic meter per second and from Sirikit Dam as the highest of 44 million cubic meter per second. The Ministry of Agriculture is to negotiate with the people living in the expected water release area of 2 million Lai by February 27th. Earlier, I spoke with Professor Thanawat Charupongsukhun, Director of the Unit of Disaster and Land Information Studies, Faculty of Science, Chulalongkorn University, who has conducted research and come up with the express floodway to naturally help draining water, which take up to 400,000 Rai. Professor Thanawat said that it is not necessary to spend as much as 350 billion baht, but government has to make sure that the water management plan is efficiency and sustainable. Here's more.
Raising the roads and then the land along the roads, we no need to reclaim. We just pay the money for the people who live along the river to live outside, and then the people who have a land ownership in the along the river, they still can cultivate the paddy. And the good thing is we use this canal like the irrigation canal. And in the first season, or maybe only 3 months, let the water about 5 or 6 meters then to the sea. At the normal year, this kind of area is a normal paddy, and the good thing is very fertile because of flooding. I think and the area is about, I calculate roughly is about. I think in the future, the Thai people have to have a right to call our government to decide our disaster standard instead of let the government decide by themselves. I think that any measure done by the government should a public hearing to ask the people agree or not for this kind of standard they decide. I think this one is very important. And another thing is, if you're thinking about the flood problem, you just drain the water to the sea only, you manage the water only. I think
Today marks exactly 6 months since Thailand elected its first female prime minister. A Bangkok University poll has found that out of 10 points, the PM received a little less than half. Bangkok University found out through its latest poll that Prime Minister Yingluck Shinawatra received an average 4.94 points out of 10 on overall satisfaction from poll respondents. This, however, is a little better than the previous survey when Yingluck had been in office for 3 months. Respondents gave the PM an average 5.16 points, the highest when compared to other categories. Management and law implementation by the PM saw the lowest at 4.81 points. When those surveys asked about the PM's work achievement in the past 6 months, Prime Minister Yingluck received 6.06 points for self-dedication, yet scored lowest for being a bold decision maker. When asked which government initiative they appreciate most, the clampdown on drugs and narcotics came in first at 35.4%, followed by the 15,000 baht minimum salary for bachelor degree graduates. However, respondents to the poll found that Pheu Thai Party to be the most satisfying with the 5.42 points, while the opposition Democrats received only 3.88. Despite the government's imitation of a 50 billion baht insurance fund to support inundated industrialists, commercial banks and insurance associations still doubt the policy's effectiveness. Jarupan Asawattanakul, president of the Insurance Association of Thailand, said the 50 billion baht budget is only a partial commitment in helping factories who fell victims to the floods. The government's practical plan for protecting the country against the floods is a more crucial issue that will help boost investors' confidence. While Kasikorn Bank's deputy managing director said despite having this budget, the insurance premiums will still be very high in areas designated as flood-prone. Following the massive floods of 2011, one of the 4 controversial budget decrees initiated by the government is to set up the 50 billion baht insurance fund to assist factories who will not be insured due to the lack of confidence from international insurance companies. The Constitution Court has now considered if the decrees are against the law. If not, the Senate will carry on with further consideration. And coming up next is from the sporting event, where the average age of participation is around 4. This is the Institute of Physical Education's 7th Kindergarten Games in Ang Thong Province. Here's more.
After months of preparation and practice, the students of kindergarten classes across Ang Thong Province showed their parents and teachers how the younger generation of Thais can really work as a team. However, the number of schools and students participating in this year's event was down by half, as many schools in Ang Thong, a province in central Thailand, are still recovering from the 2011 floods. But the sadness of the past wasn't to be found on any of the faces of the students. Especially.
We apologize for the technical problems. Well, coming up next, yesterday Thailand saw the official start of the largest annual multinational military exercise in Southeast Asia, Cobalt Gold 2012. Cobalt Gold 2012, a U.S.-led annual multinational exercise and the largest of its kind in Southeast Asia, started Tuesday in East Thailand. The U.S.-led war games involved over 13,000 personnel from Thailand, the United States, Singapore, Japan, Republic of Korea, Indonesia and Malaysia. The 10 days of Cobalt Gold 2012 will feature military scenarios like anti-terrorism, humanitarian rescues, amphibious assault and peacekeeping, strengthening cooperation in safeguarding borders and regional security.
continue these relationships. I mean, we've known Thailand for a long, long time, so I think continuing in this area and having those bilateral exchanges where we promote kind of common relationships and fostering those partnerships that strengthen both of us can only be good for the region.
That would be a great experience. I would love to. I would love to come back and just explore more of Asia. I don't have too much familiarity with it, and I would love to learn more.
The whole event has developed into a multinational military exercise. Copper Gold was first held in 1982, making this year's the 31st military exercise of its kind. And that wraps up tonight's edition of Thai PBS English News Service. I'm Nung Tip Chonapawai. Thank you for watching. สวัสดีค่ะ